What's up guys? Welcome back to BluePrism Tutorials. In this tutorial, we will learn 4 actions from Excel automation. 1. Go to next empty cell down. Second one, go to next empty cell up. Third one, go to next empty cell right. And finally, fourth one, go to next empty cell left. Before going to learn about all these actions, first we will see the problem statement. Why we need to find empty cells in Excel. When you copy data to Excel from other applications like SQL, blank cells in the data can cause the problem. Everything looks okay at first glance, but the database blank cells don't behave like other blank cells in the workbook. For an example, you are having student marks. In that case, one of the subject marks is empty or blank. In that case, it will behave differently. And also, if you see employee salary or date of birth related to the employees or the students, in that case, these blank cells will behave differently. In that case, what we have to do, we need to find the blank cells and then we have to put some appropriate data inside that. All right. Now, over here in this Excel automation, we are going to learn these 4 actions that as part of the Excel automation. Over here, if you see in my Excel, I'm having employee workbook with the name of employees worksheet. Over here, you can see in my address column that I'm having blank rows over here. You can see blank cells like for 100125 that I'm having address is blank, and after that you can see over here for the job location over here blank, and after address is blank, employee name is blank, and whatnot. Now, I want to know the empty cells. So we are going to work with the different directions over here, like go to next empty cell down, up, right, and left in 4 directions. So I'm going to take this C4 cell at the center cell right now, and then based on that, I will work on these different actions. So if you want to find the next empty cell down to this one, so what is the next cell that we have in the down case? That you have C6 is the first empty cell if you're going to take this C4 as the center of point, right? In the same way, if you are going to the left, you are having B4 is empty cell. If you are going to up, C3 is the empty cell. And if you're going to the right, I'm having E4 is the empty cell, right? How can we go ahead and find it out by using BluePrism Excel automation? First, we'll start with the action go to next empty cell down. How can we go ahead and do that? Let's drag action stage onto the canvas. First, I'm going to change the properties of this action. Over here, my agenda is that what are the cell down that we have, I need to find the first empty cell which are which is down to the line of the particular cell. All right. So now in my case, this is the active cell right now which we have, right? So the below to the active cell that I'm having another empty cell, first empty cell as C6, and there is also C8 also is there, but for the first empty cell is C6, right? I need to find it that. So to find that, I'm going to use business object as MS Excel VBO, and you can see the action. Over here, you will find these 4 actions. Go to the next empty cell down, left, right, and up. These are the different directions that what you have. As the first action that I'm going to select, go to next empty cell down. And if you see over here, inputs, I'm having only one input, that is handle. So I'm going to give the value, handle value over here. And if you see the output, the cell reference, I'm going to store in the data item. So I'm going to take the data item as cell reference, and I'm going to store the value which we got it as an output from the particular action, that is go to next empty cells down. The cell reference will be stored over there. All right, let's click on OK. Now let's link to open workbook to go to next empty cell down, and from there to close workbook. Now let's run the process to see the output. What is the cell reference we are going to get it for the particular active cell. Process execution started, and you can see over here open workbook has been executed, and you will find the output from the go to next cell down. You can find it out as C6. Now, if you see over here, so what are the active cell that we have? Below that one, I'm having C6. My active cell is right now is C4, and the first empty cell is downside that I have taken the direction as down, so that we will get it as C6 over there. All right. Now, in the same way, if I want to find the next empty cell upside of the particular active cell, how can I go ahead and do that? It's very simple. Now I'm going to select another one, that is up action. That is go to next empty cell up. You can see the same inputs over here, and the outputs also in the same cell reference that you're going to use it. Let's click on OK. Now let's run the process to see the output. Process execution started, and you can see we'll get it as C3. So because of now it is going to find it out in the upward direction, right? So that we'll guard the reference as C3 at the cell reference. Now in the same way, if I want to go to the left, in that case we are having B4, right? Now we will see that how we will change the direction. Let me go ahead, let me change the properties of the action, and I'm going to select cell, go to the next empty cell left. And we are having the same inputs over here also, and the outputs are the same for these four actions. All right, let's click on OK. Now let's run the process to see the output. Now if you see over here, the output, we got it as B4 at the cell reference left to the active cell by using go to next empty cell left. Now if you want to find it out the right empty cell next to the active cell, then in that case you're going to use over here go to next empty cell right, and the input are the same and the output are the same for these four actions as we discussed. I'm going to click on OK, and then let's run the process to see the output once again. Now if you see the cell reference, I got it as E4. Now once again, let's go back to the Excel, and you can see over here E4 is the next cell which is empty on the right hand side in the right direction, so for the active cell. All right. Now we have seen all the four directions. Go to next empty cell down, up, right, and left, all these directions. You may ask, what is the reason to find it out in a such a way direction? So normally what will happen, it will goes ahead and it will checks each and every row, it will go ahead and it will check the values. But if you are going to mention the direction, it will be very faster and you can get the data very faster. Now we have seen in all the directions, right? Now I want to set some value over here in the next blank cell. Let us assume I'm having over here the job location, I have to give some default value over here. In that case, I'm having some default value, any default value which we have true. In that case, I'm going to use these actions, and then I'm going to get the cell reference, and then in that cell reference I'm going to set the value. How can we go ahead and set the value? By using another action, set cell value over there. I'm going to use that action over here. I'm going to change the properties for the action, and then I'm going to the MS Excel VBO, and I'm going to select action as set cell value. Over here, I'm going to select the cell reference as we are already stored under the text at the cell reference, right? And I'm going to give some value over here. What is the value? I will say Chennai for the time being. And then the outputs, I don't have any outputs over here. And then I'm going to click on OK. Now, whenever you will run the process, what will happen? What are the empty cells that we have in that direction, that all the values will be setting as default value with the Chennai. All right. Now let me link from go to next empty cell, from there to set cell value, and from there to close workbook. All right. Now let's run the process to see the output. Process execution started. And you can see we got the next empty cell as E4. So by using set cell value in the E4, that we are going to set the value as Chennai. All right. Now let me show you the output in the Excel. For the Pune, we are having E4 as the empty cell previously, but we have written the value as Chennai over here so that it has been returned successfully, so that we can overcome the behavior of the blank cells in the workbook. I hope you understand how to work with these four actions in such a way to find the next empty cells in the different directions like up, down, right, and left. Thank you for watching BluePrism tutorials. If you have any queries related to this concept, please post them in the comment section. I will see you in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Have a wonderful day.